recording of the workshop that I did yesterday. And today we're going to talk about targeting local customers using Facebook ads. The event that I did yesterday was accidentally deleted by me when I was cleaning out my YouTube channel. So I apologize for that, but as promised, I am going to re-record this information so that you will be able to watch it. My name is Rebecca Wardlow. I am a social media consultant and advisor, and I love to help people learn how to use the social media tools to expand their business online. So I hope that you will learn a little bit more about Facebook ads and how you can target your local customers using Facebook ads. That's the goal of today's workshop. And without further ado, I'm going to go right into my slides, and then after the slides, we will actually go live into the Facebook platform. So let me just share my screen real quick. And so you guys can see these. Present. Alrighty, we're almost there. Just switch my screens here so that you can see the bigger slides. And we'll hide that. Oops. Little technical difficulties. All right, here we go. So like I said, we're talking about targeting local customers using Facebook ads. And in order to use Facebook ads, you have to have a Facebook business page. So why is it important to have a Facebook business page? There's basically three reasons. The first one is graph search. And you might be like, what is she talking about? I don't know what graph search is. Well, graph search is simply that little search box at the top of Facebook. So people can type in there and they can say restaurants in whatever city, state, visited by my friends. And then it's going to give you search results based off your friends and where they've been, where they've checked in, which restaurants they've given reviews to. And it will also show you right here who that you are connected to, your friends, who has been there. And so you could easily shoot them a message and say, hey, what'd you think of that place? I'm thinking about going there. So we all know that people on Facebook use friend referrals for almost everything. So if they need to know who is a good dentist in the area, they are going to type that into Facebook and say, guess what, you guys, I need to find a dentist for my son. Who would you recommend? And their friends are going to give recommendations. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to go to somebody that their friend recommended. The other option here is word of mouth marketing. And that basically is Facebook groups. So even in small communities, there's Facebook groups where people start to get together and they talk about their area and the local businesses. They'll refer to your business when they're telling their friends about you. So if you have a Facebook business page, they'll be able to tag you in that post so that their friends can actually just click your business name and come over to your Facebook page, which in turn allows you to get a few more likes on your page. And it also allows them to get more information about the products or services that you offer. So you want to make sure that you have it set up so that people can actually connect to you on Facebook, not to you personally through your personal profile. And the other option is to run Facebook ads, which is what we're going to really focus on today. So it's really important that if you have a small local business that you create that Facebook fan page and do not do business on your personal page. People need to be able to like, which is also known as opt in to the content that comes into their news feed. When you're friends with somebody and you sell baskets and you're constantly posting about your baskets on your profile, your personal profile, they're going to get sick of it. And pretty soon they're going to hide you or they're going to delete you because they're tired of hearing about it. People want to connect with people personally on personal Facebook pages. They want to know about your kids and your life and maybe what you have for dinner and funny quotes and videos and stuff like that. They don't want to hear you sell. So take that information, put it on a business page and invite those people over to your business page. That's my little tip for the day. So why would you want to do Facebook ads? Because basically you are able to target a very niche audience, especially if you're a brick and mortar store. Anybody really, not just brick and mortar, but with brick and mortars, we can get location specific and we can target people based off where they live. Not only can we do that, we can target them by their age group, their education level, the gender, areas of interest, languages spoken, their workplace, their relationship status, and their behaviors. Can you target all those kind of demographics on print media or on radio? Absolutely not. You don't have that much control. So for doctors and babysitters and lawyers and mechanics and haircut places, Facebook is the absolute best place for you to spend your advertising dollars, because you can really narrow it down to the radius or the specific zip codes or towns that you serve. And then you can target people by their age. You know your average age for your customers. And you can target, maybe you only serve women. You can target just women, or maybe it's men. Maybe it's a specific interest like fishing. You can target just fishing. And so it could be only males who are between 18 and 32 and they like to fish. And we could serve an ad to those people. One of the biggest mistakes that marketers and business people make is they don't target the right people. So there's lots of options here and a lot of room for you to get overwhelmed and misled. But if you really just focus on that location, the age group, and the gender, you will see you'll get more bang for your buck. What we want to do is appeal to our local users, especially when we're targeting people in our general area through Facebook ads. So there's several ways that you can do this. I wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of how you can do this without actually doing ads. So you could hold a contest. You could showcase volunteer or charity work that you do. You could feature your employees. You could feature your business. You could share other community events happening in the area. You could do a survey. And then lastly, you could do a Facebook offer or a Facebook ad. And we're going to talk about both of those here shortly. But most of all, I want you to understand how you can save money, because with Facebook ads, you're going to target the right people with the right message. So you'll literally be paying like 2 cents a click, 1 cent a click, 28 cents a click for a very niche specific reach of people who are interested in the products or services that you offer, unlike spending that kind of money on a print ad in a newspaper that goes to every household in the town. This is actually served to people who have put on their Facebook page, their Facebook personal profile, in their About page, they list the things that they're interested in. And that's how you're able to target them, by the information that they fill out in that About page. Now, does everybody fill out their About page? It's hit and miss, but you will be able to target the people that fill out that information. So before we actually go into the live Facebook Ads Manager, I want to give you a little overview of some of the parts of the Ads Manager and the difference between types of ads and what's in an ad. So here we have the newsfeed ad versus the sidebar ad. The newsfeed ad is actually over on the left, and the sidebar ad's over on the right. And what you want to do is understand the difference between these two, so that when you set up your ad, you know where you're going to put your ads. I can tell you that I only do newsfeed ads. I never do the sidebar ads. And why do I do that? Because according to InsideFacebook.com, you have a 44% higher click-through rate. More people are clicking that ad when you use the newsfeed ad, because newsfeed ads show up on both mobile devices and desktop devices. The right side ad, sidebar ad, does not show up on mobile devices. You also have a 60% lower cost per click when you use the newsfeed ad, and you're going to have an average of a 5% higher conversion rate. But most of all, 74% of Facebook's user base uses the mobile app, which means that they're not even going to see that ad that you're putting onto the sidebar. So as you look at these ads, start to think about, what type of ad do you want to create? Do you want to send people to your website? Do you want to increase conversions on your website? Do you want to just boost your post, get more people to like, comment, and share on it? Or do you want to reach people who are actually near your business, who are in the vicinity of the area of your business? Do you want to raise attendance at your event? Do you want more people to attend? And do you want people to claim the offer that you've posted? Do you want them to engage with you and actually claim that offer and then take it and bring it to your location to redeem it? It's a great way to get more foot traffic in your business. So here we're going to talk a little bit about the components of your ad. Real quick, this is an ad to sell something. So you can see there's a Shop Now button here. Now if I go back, you're going to see there's no shop button here. Excuse me, there's no shop button here. And the ads look a little bit different. And that's because this is actually called a boost your post ad. So it looks like a post that somebody would make in Facebook. There's lots of text up here, and then there's an image. And the only thing people can do is like, comment, and share on this. They can also click this link up here and go visit the Shebna Lake fan page. But on this ad over here, you can see it says sponsored. This one should also say sponsored. Yes, right here. And it's, the little world means it's public. But we only have a limited amount of characters here in this top post text. Now, this specific ad is increasing conversions over to your website. So we're looking to get more people over there to shop and check out. And so we can track the number of sales that come from Facebook. But in the post text on this ad, we can only have 90 characters, which is a lot different than the amount of text we have over here on this ad. So every ad that you set up is a little bit different, but kind of similar. We also have an image, and then we have a headline. The headline is the biggest text on the ad, so use it wisely. Put some words in here that will grab somebody's attention. And then you have a description. So the headline can actually have 25 characters, and this description right here can have 200 characters. So you have a little bit more room. We didn't really use a lot of room in here, but you're more than welcome to use up to 200 characters. And then you have your website URL and a Shop Now button. Now, say you don't want somebody to shop, you could also do book now, learn more, sign up, or download. So you have the option to change this button to whatever fits your needs. From the image to the headline, to the description, the website URL, and the shop, this entire area is clickable. So if somebody clicks the image, they're going to, if somebody clicks the image, they're going to go to the URL, the website address that you set up when you created your ad. Same thing with any of these links over here. All of this goes to the website that you have set up when you create your ad. Now, some notes about creating ad images. I'm not going to cover how to create your ad image today, but I will give you 2 tools that you could use. The first tool is PicMonkey.com. It's PICMONKEY, or Canva, CANVA.com. I personally use Canva to create my images, but what you'll want to do is create an image that's 1200 by 627 pixels. And Facebook does have a rule in place that your ads must not have more than 20% text in the image. So this tool right here, facebook.com/ads/tool/text_overlay, will actually give you this grid feature. So you can pull in your image after you create it, and then you would click on each box where there is text. And then this tool will tell you if you have too much text. So you could go back and you could edit the image, pull it back in here, and check the boxes where the text is, and make sure that you fit the guidelines. The last thing you want to do is create an image, be really thrilled about it, submit your ad to Facebook, and have them come back and tell you that you have too much text on your image. So do this ahead of time. Make sure that you have not more than 20% text on your image. Another thing that I want to kind of give you an idea and put this in your head so that you can start to think about is creating an email funnel. So you do not control Facebook, you do not control Twitter or any other social media platform, and they can change the game, the rules, whatever they want at any moment. So what you want to do is take those fans and followers and people that you're connecting with on social media and bring them into an email funnel. And why do you want to do that? Because you control your email list. You own it, and you can continue to communicate with those people. Now think about when you go to somebody's fan page on Facebook. You go there, you look at it once, and then after that, you usually get all of their information within your news stream as long as you have interacted with them. If you're not interacting with them very much, they're probably not going to show in your newsfeed, and then you'll forget about them. So you want to grab people so that they don't forget about you. So that first time that you interact with them, find a way to get that email address from them. So you can do this one of two ways. You can create landing pages within Facebook in the apps section, or you can create on your website, you could create a form to collect these emails, or there's even a tool called Lead Pages that lets you create a page where it's all about, you know, whatever, like if you created an ad that said, learn more about how to clean your teeth properly, and somebody clicks on that, they go to this landing page, and it would be a little recap about how to clean your teeth properly, and then there could be a sign-up box that says, get our guide to living life with healthy teeth. And people would put in their name and email, and then they could download it, and they are now on your email list, and you will be able to communicate with them. So the same thing with your website as with Facebook. I mean, think about when you go to somebody's website, especially a local business, you might go there once, you might go there a few times after that, but probably not very often after the first initial times. So you want to make sure that you can continue to reach those people. So grab their email address and start to communicate with them. Even if it's only once a month, you still need to get that information so that you can stay top of mind once a month and send them something, whether it's a sale or more information about your business. You got a new product or a new service. You want to tell them about your great employees. Whatever it is that you want to share with them, you'll be able to do that because now you have their email address. So you could use a service like Aweber, that's who I recommend, or Constant Contact is another option where you can send out those emails to people. Another little advanced feature of Facebook's ads is the conversion pixel. So you are able to actually create this little pixel, which is some code that you create inside Facebook, and then you take it and you put it onto your website or your landing page, and Facebook is then able to track those people that leave Facebook and go over to your website and can track the steps that they took. So if you're trying to track whether somebody's buying your product or whether somebody went to the page and put in their name and email address, you'll be able to know that 500 people went over to your website landing page and 30 of them completed the opt-in. And if that's the case, then you know that you need to maybe change the content of your page a little bit, or maybe the ad, you promised something in the ad and you're not delivering that over on your landing page. So by setting up this conversion pixel, you're able to do some analytics tracking. And you can also track incoming traffic to your website through Google Analytics, and you can see if people are coming from social platforms over to your website also. But if you are collecting opt-ins, if you're sending people to product pages, anything like that, I highly suggest that you set up a conversion pixel. And here's the steps. You just basically create the pixel, which is over in the left column under the Ads Manager. You would click where I have it highlighted in red. Then you would go install the code on your website. If you don't know how to do that, make sure you hire somebody to do it for you. It's just pasting this code in between the head tags on the website, and then you turn the code on at the ad level. And we will go into more detail on conversion pixels in my next Facebook training. This one's kind of basic and just getting you started inside the Ads Manager on how to target local people. So we're going to move on to and kind of recap the things that I've discussed. So before you start in the Ads Manager, you want to really sit back and think about, what is the goal of my ad? Do I want people to buy my product? Do I want them to learn something? Do I just want more likes on my fan page? Think about what is your goal. And then who are you going to target with your ad? Is it going to be everybody in the world, or is it just going to be people who live in the zip code 60178? Or is it going to be everybody that lives in the zip code 60178 plus 25-mile radius? And I'll show you a little bit more about that in a bit. You want to write a headline that is appealing to your audience. You want to add some text and description. If you can write all this out ahead of time, it's going to take less time to create your ad when you're actually in the Ads Manager. You want to create that image using PicMonkey or Canva and make sure that you stay with less than 20% text. If it applies, set up a conversion pixel. And then start thinking about setting up a landing page and email opt-in box. I'm not saying it's necessary right now, but it's something that you want to move towards. And then decide on your campaign budget. Try really hard to decide what can you spend on an ad in a month or in a week. And when you create your ad, you have the option of a daily budget or a lifetime budget. So you want to kind of figure out which one do you want to go with. So now here comes the fun part. We're actually going to go over into Facebook and go to the Ads Manager. So to get there, you simply go to facebook.com/ads/manage, and it's also in your left column of Facebook. You could scroll down to the Ads Manager. So if you give me just a second, I'm going to go out of PowerPoint and go into a web browser. Alrighty, so here's the same screen we were just looking at in the PowerPoint, but we are actually live on Facebook now. So you have several options when it comes to creating an ad on Facebook, and they've gotten really good at putting words in here that the everyday Facebook user can understand. When I first started doing ads, some of it was really confusing, and unless you had a lesson on the terminology, you weren't really going to understand it. So your options are now to send people to your website, to increase conversions on your website, boost your post, promote your page, get installs of your app. If you have an app, great, because you're 10 steps ahead of everybody else. Increase engagement on your app, reach people near your business, which is my absolute favorite. Raise attendance at your event, get people to claim your offer, and then get video views. So today we're going to just focus on 3 of these, and it's going to be sending people to your website, promoting your page, and then we're going to talk about reaching people near your business and probably attendance at your events also. So I've already kind of pre-populated some of this just to save time so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me type. But basically when you go into the Ads Manager, over on the right column, there's going to be a little green box that says create an ad. So you click on that, then it takes you to this, which is step 1. So the first ad we're going to do is sending people over to our website. So we're taking people off of Facebook and sending them over to a website. And my test case here is shabnalik.com. It's a business actually owned by my brother. And I really don't like to share all of my other clients' information, so we're just going to play with family here and use him as my experiment. So the first thing they ask you to do is put in the put in the website URL where you're going to promote people. So actually I put in shabnalik.com, but really what I want to put in here is the boat rental URL, because that's where I'm going to be sending people. The ad's about boat rental. If I send people to the homepage of shabnalik.com, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and they're going to be like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So we're going to go ahead and click on Rent a Boat, and I'm going to grab this URL, and then we're going to go back over here, and we're going to paste this in so that when people click on the ad, they actually land on the boat rental page. So the next part down is to name the campaign. So what I do is I always say this is a boat rental. You know, that's the end goal, and it's clicks to the website. So I always leave like the name that Facebook has for it, but I put my own name in front so that when I'm looking at reports, I know exactly what the ad was. So then you go down here to step 2. And in here is where we really get to target our audience. So you can see here there's lots of options, and we're just going to start at the top and work our way down. Custom audiences is really cool, and it's kind of an advanced feature of Facebook. It's where you can take your email list and you can upload it into Facebook. And then Facebook's going to compare your email list to the Facebook users, and if they find any, it's going to put your ad in front of those people. The other thing you can do is create a lookalike audience that will take, and they'll take all the interests of the people who are on your list. So the things that they have put in their about page that they're interested in, and it's going to find users who are similar to those people, and that's going to become your lookalike audience. You can also, another option here is to do website traffic. So you can put a little bit of code over on your website, and Facebook is then going to target those people after they visit your website. So I don't know if you've seen that happen on Facebook, where you go and you're on a website like Zappos and you're looking at shoes, and then all of a sudden you come into Facebook and all you're seeing is Zappos ads all over the place. That's how they do it with this website traffic thing. It's called remarketing ads. But that's also a little bit advanced for Facebook. So you can decide to do that or not. If you do want to do it, you can come in here and just follow through the steps, and they give you all of the information along the way. This is the box right here that matters when it comes to targeting local customers. So here you can see right now it's set at the United States, all people in the United States, and it's 18 to 65 in all. So right now it's saying 178 million people will see this ad. Well, that's way too big because you're a local business who can only serve the people within maybe a 25 mile radius of your location. So let's narrow this down. So if I type in Sycamore, Illinois, here we go. The drop down is just taking a little bit. If I click on that, now you can see there's 300,000 people. But what Facebook did is it said Sycamore plus 25 miles. Now say I don't want to target Genoa and Kingston and all the towns that are within a 25-mile radius of Sycamore, including DeKalb. So I can come over to this little drop down right here, and I can change this. So I can say just Sycamore, or Sycamore plus 10 miles, Sycamore plus 50 miles, or say I don't want to target Sycamore at all. I'm in Genoa and I want to do a 25-mile radius, and Sycamore is within that 25-mile radius, but I don't want to target those people. You can also exclude locations. So we're going to go ahead and leave that at the 25 miles. We're going to add in maybe Rochelle, just adding in some communities so you can see how things change. And now we're up to 340,000 people. So we're actually doing boat rentals for Shabbona Lakes. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to take these out and I'm going to put in Shabbona. And this time I'm going to change it to a 50-mile radius. So now we're at 940,000 people. My experience from being out at the lake is that most people that come out to fish are pretty much any age range. You'll see teenagers, you'll see people in their 60s or older, you'll see people in their mid-30s, 40s, 50s. So we're going to leave the age alone, but what we do know is most of the time the people fishing are men. So I only want to target men. So there's 440,000 people right now. I highly recommend for local targeting that you try to stay under 500,000 people. And if you're really getting niche specific and you fill out a lot of these blanks and this number drops to 1,000 people, that's okay because you're targeting your ideal customer. So go based off what you have here and target your audience. You can target languages. So maybe you only speak English or you only speak Spanish or whatever other language. You could put those in and it will narrow the demographics down a little bit more. There's also a drop down here where you can go into these other areas. So maybe you want people that are divorced. Maybe you're a divorce lawyer and you only want to deal with people who are divorced. Maybe you want people that are engaged. You want to start promoting wedding stuff to people that are engaged. You could click on relationship status and target ads to newly engaged or people that are engaged. Different education, different work. You could target people by their job titles or who they work for. Financial, you want people that make $50,000 or more. You can target that. You can target people based on their home ownership or their home type. Ethnicity, and then they have generation, their appearance, political, and life events. So those are all options that are available to you if you want to use them. And then here's the nuts and bolts. Besides the location, this interest area is the nuts and bolts of Facebook ads. you can target your competitors here. So let's say you are Walmart and you want to target Target, just out of grins here. I can then click on Target and I can target anybody who has liked the Target Corporation. And you want to think about businesses in your area. They may or may not show up. I can't guarantee that they always will show up, but they might. If they have a solid rockin' Facebook page where they get lots of interaction, they may just show up. So it never hurts to do a search and see if your competitors are listed. The other thing you can do here is be more general. So we know that we're targeting men, and this is going to be about boat rentals. So we're going to look for fishing, because obviously they're probably fishing from the boat. We're really big on muskie fishing at Shabbona Lake, so we're going to take muskie fishermen. We'll also take some bass fishing. And now you can see my audience has dropped a little bit. Now I'm down to 98,000 people, which is okay. I'm fine with that. So as you add things, delete things, modify things, if I change the age group, this is all going to change my reach. So you can kind of pay attention to that over here. And you can see if you get into this red, it's very specific. You have narrowed down your audience. And if it's in the green, you're okay. And if you're over here in the yellow, you're still too broad. You're targeting too many people. So back it up a little bit, get more detailed in your selections in this area over here on the right. Behaviors. I personally don't use this field, but it could come in handy to other people, especially in this travel area. So if you are a travel agent and you are somebody that would target travelers, you can use this section to target these people who like to go on cruises. So I'm thinking of my good friend Kathy right now, who does beach towel cinches, and she could start to target people that like to go on cruises. So you can add those in, and you can see that that now dropped my reach down to 9,600 people, because I'm targeting people who like to fish, who are men only within 50 miles of Shabbona, and they like to cruise. So obviously not as many men like to cruise as women. So if I change this to women, now well, I was wrong. Now we're at 4,600. Men rock on that one. They're at 96. So I'll go ahead and delete that. Then the next section down here is connections. So you can see right now it said it all. But if I click on this advanced connection targeting, this is where you can enter your Facebook page, app, or an event name. So these three fields, you have to be an admin of the page in order to include it. So I could say include people who are connected to. So say I wanted to do an ad that is only for people that are fans of Shabbona Lake. I could do that. And I actually just did that and it's going to be our case study here at the end, where we did an ad targeted to only people who like ShabbonaLake.com, and they're within a certain radius of the state park, because we have a meeting coming up tomorrow night and it's at 7 o'clock at night. So I wanted to make sure that people within like 40 minutes, if they wanted to come, they could come. So we did a very specific ad. I can also exclude people who are connected to Shabbona Lake. So especially when you're running a like ad, you want to put your business name in here, because those people already like your page. There's no reason to serve them an ad to like your page. So make sure that you put your fan page in there. And then you can also do some friends of friends targeting. So I could put in Shabbona Lake in here, and then it will target people who are friends of people that are connected to Shabbona Lake, plus all of the selections that I picked up here. So now you can see our reach dropped to 30,000. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out, because we want to really stick with that 98. And now we're down into the budgeting section. So right now I have it set at $5 a day. This is my recommendation for anybody who is doing an ad. Set it at $5. Let it run for 24 hours, and then compare your results to the benchmark that I'm going to show you at the end. If you're not meeting the benchmarks, you need to change your ad. You need to change the copy, maybe the image, figure out something to change on that ad, run it again, make the changes, run it again for another 24 hours. That way you are testing testing, testing until you get the audience that is responding to your ad and you're saving yourself money. If you don't feel comfortable doing $5 a day, you can set a lifetime budget. And if I change this to a lifetime budget and I leave it at, let's say we do $150, and I only want to run it from today until the end of the month, because the sale is going to end at the end of the month, it will tell me that I'm going to spend about $150. If I change this back to per day, and I set my start and end date, it's going to tell me at $5 a day, now I'll spend $49.17. Keep in mind, this is an estimate, so don't freak out if it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty dang close. So just, click on this start end date so then you can kind of see an idea of what you're going to spend. For the next section down, this is how we optimize the ads. So I want clicks to my website. So that's what I'm going to leave it at. It's going to serve ads to people who are most likely to click on the ads and go over to my website. The other option I could choose is clicks per cost, which will serve the ads to people who might click on the ad. They're most likely to click. So go here, stay on clicks to website. I can also decide that I only want people to see the ad once a day. So I'm going to make sure that my dollars are wisely spent and only one person will see it once a day. And multiple people will see it, obviously, just once a day. And the other option is impressions. So every time somebody sees an ad, you're going to get charged. I've had tremendous success with clicks to website, so that's where I would suggest that you stay. The next part down here is the, sorry about that, is the ad set name. And what I do is I leave it the same. So it's the same as this part up here. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to change it like so. And the reason I do that is because when you're in the reports section, it's a lot easier to follow across and know that they're all tied together when they have the same name. So now Facebook lets you put in up to 6 images for the ad. So I'm going to take this one out and I can click here and I can search my desktop computer to find an image, or I can browse the library, which already has images that I've uploaded. And I can also do a search. So if I click on search here, I can search stock imagery. So I can search for fishing. I'm not real sure if I'm going to get real quick results here because Google Hangouts is kind of eating up my internet connection. But trust me, this is powered by Shutterstock, which has stock photography. And you can pretty much find anything that you want an image of in here. And you can use these images absolutely free in your Facebook ad. Don't copy and paste them and put them on your website or anywhere else. You have permission to use them in your ad, and that's it. So you can select images here. I'm going to add one more in. So we have 2 images now. Your images, here's the reminder, needs to be 1200 by 628 pixels. And then we're going to come down here and we have to choose our Facebook page. So we're going to go choose our Facebook page. And it's going to start to give us a preview of what the ad will look like. So obviously, we're going to change the text. And if I delete this text, you can see that we have 25 characters to use. So I can say ice is gone. Rent musky fishing is fishing. I have 2 characters left. So that's our headline, and that's right here. And then I could add in some text, and I could say I had text in here yesterday. The lake is now open for, let's do this. Open water fishing is on. Who will be the first to catch a state record? Like so. And then I can choose an action button. So I can either say shop now, book now, learn more, sign up, or download. If there's no action like this one, there's a like page up here, and I've asked a question. I've said, who will be the first to catch a state record? So I'm asking people to engage with this post that is really an ad, and there's really nothing here. So I could, go back and focus on the boat rental, which is what the ad was originally, and I can say here, boat rental, rent a boat today. And now I can say book now. And now this book now button will go to that website that I put in up here, the rent a boat link. Okay, so now what we have over here on the right is the different views of the ad. So here's the desktop view for image 1, the desktop view for image 2. Why did I put 2 images in there? It's the same text all the way across the board, same copy. The images are different. I always start with 2 images with $5 a day. Yes, that means my money is going to be split up between 2 ads. Really, it's 4 ads if you run on desktop and mobile. But the reason I do that is because I want to see which picture do people like the most, and then in 24 hours, I'm going to come in and I'm going to turn off the one that's not working the best. So when I get done in 24 hours, I'll only have 1 or 2 ads running. One will be on desktop and one will be on mobile. So desktop, and then here's the mobile version, and you can see what the ad looks like on the mobile platform, like so. And then we have the right column, which I told you I never do, so I remove that right there. And then the partner mobile apps, and this is shown on Facebook's partners. They can show these ads on their websites and in other places. I personally haven't seen any value, and for a local business, I would highly suggest that you remove this. If you're selling things online and you have a broader audience, you might want to try it, but not for a local business. So turn that off too. So now you can see we have our desktop ads running. We have 2 of them, and we have our mobile ads running, and we also have 2 of those. So after that's all done, there's one more section down here, and this is advanced options, and there's a newsfeed link description. So if I open this back up and I start to type here, you're going to see that this is the section that shows up right here. This is your 200 characters that you could put right here. So I could put in more information about the types of boats that we have pontoons, and we have motorboats, and we have rowboats, and we have kayaks and canoes. I could go on and on and on for 200 characters and give people more information because my text up here is limited. I don't have a lot of characters to use, but I do have a lot in this section, so utilize that. And then if you decide to use a conversion tracking pixel, this is where you would assign that pixel to this particular ad. So now you've just gone through the whole process of setting up an ad. All of the ads are a little bit different, but most of the fields are the same. So if you can go through this part, you're going to be able to create an ad on Facebook. All you have to do is click this place order button, and Facebook is going to put your ad into review status. They do review every single ad that is submitted. Sometimes it's really quick and sometimes it's 24 hours. So if you have something coming up, it's always better to create your ad, get it approved, and then pause it, because you can always turn it on and it starts to run right away. If you don't have a credit card on file with Facebook, they are going to ask you to put in your credit card details so that they can get paid for the ad as it runs. So we're going to hop over and I'm going to show you some of the other screens for the other types of ads that you can create. I'm not going to go through them in as much detail as I did on this one because, like I said, a lot of the fields are all the same, and so it's this kind of the same concept across the board. We'll do that one last. I was just going to show you the like one real quick. Promote your page. So you would pick your page, and then you would give it a name, page likes. And once again, here's all those same fields that we just went through, right? Same fields, same budgeting, same everything. And then you have the option to do 6 images again. I highly suggest just 2. With your Facebook like ad, you get the characters, you get 90 text characters right here, and that's it. Then you get your picture and how many people like your page and the like button. And then make sure that you turn off that right column and place your order. Alrighty, so let's go. Next, we're going to do offer claims. So offers are a great way, especially for local businesses, to get more foot traffic in the door. So you can create an offer that somebody gets on Facebook, but they have to come to your location to redeem it. So you can see here, I already put in Shabbona Lake State Park. I don't have any posts on Shabbona Lake right now that really pertain to an offer. So what I have to do is create one. So I use this plus sign over here to the right. And then I'm in a preview screen. So this looks a little different than what we went through before. But basically you put in an offer. So in April, usually they do buy one, get one boat rental. You can do a description. Motorboats only. During the month of April, rent a boat. During the month of April, and get one free. Like that, and then I can pick some images. These images actually come from your Facebook page. So you have to go across here and look for an image that will work, like so. You can change them up. And then you can set an expiration date. So this is an April event, so we want to make sure that we end that at the end of April. And then the limit. It could be unlimited. We don't care how many people grab this because they need to come in to claim it. Or we could say maybe only the first 100 people get this offer. So then I could come up here and I could type in first 100 people only, or I could put that in my title wherever I choose to put it. And then down here is more options. So under more options, it looks like my son's school just got canceled. My phone is connected into my Mac computer, and everything from phone calls to messages pops up. So thankfully it was nothing bad. So we'll keep moving on now. So now here I can have a start date. So we put the end date in already. So now I'm going to go ahead and put a start date. So we have April 1st. And then the audience. This is where we can now target specific audiences, because we don't want this boat rental farm going out to everybody in the United States. It's not going to make any sense. But we do have to put United States in first, and then I can select state, and I could only target people in Illinois, which probably wouldn't make much sense because the people at Southern Illinois probably are not going to drive up to Shabbona to go fishing. So I'm going to go by city. And I can put in, you know, all the cities in the area. I could type them in. I can put in, you know, as many of them as I want to target. So I've met like my radius. You don't get that option of the plus 20 miles like we had on the ad, but you can at least put the communities in. You can add languages. So maybe you just want English or Spanish or whatever it might be. If you do have an online store, you can put in a redemption link where people can go to your website to redeem your offer. But if you're a local business, let's get people in your door. So don't fill that in. Make them come in to redeem the coupon. And then you could say maybe one discount, one offer per person. You know, whatever your terms and conditions are for your specific offer, you put them in here. And then you hit create an offer. And then what it does is it creates an ad that runs, and it's an offer ad, and people can claim or get the offer, and then it's delivered to them via email because Facebook has their email addresses. They print it out, they bring it to your location. Or they could show it to you on their phone if you want to do it that way too. So we'll go ahead and we're going to hop on over to my favorite, which is local awareness, which we also call hyper-local targeting. So with these local awareness ads, businesses can quickly and easily find new customers by showing ads to groups of people who are near your business neighborhood. These ads are built to be cost-effective and offer more precise targeting and a greater reach. We think that this is the best way for local businesses to reach people near them, and it's the best way for people who use Facebook to discover more useful things in their area. So what that means is Facebook is using geo-targeting, and it's gathering information on users using your profile, your IP address, data from your mobile device if your location services are enabled, and aggregated information from the location of your friends in your network. What's really cool about this is that if I drive into Naperville and somebody is using the local awareness ads, I'm going to start seeing their local business ad in my Facebook stream. Where if I was at home, I wouldn't be seeing that ad. It just wouldn't show up to me because I'm not in the radius of where they decided that their local area is. Facebook will not tell you as the advertiser what specific people are in your audience. But all of these people in your audience have control over their information, their location information, and they have to have location services enabled on their phone. So here you can see we're using the state park again. The address is actually 4100 Bluebird Lane, but that road is inside the state park, and Facebook and both Google do not recognize that address. So we have to use the state park office. So we're just going to go with that. But normally your address would show up here and you wouldn't have to enter it. If it's not there, you can always click this box and you can fill this in, then click this box and hit continue, and it will add it to your Facebook page. So we're just going to hit continue. And now you can see here we have the radius of the address, and we have the drop down, and we can go 50 miles or we could do custom. I'm just going to stick with the 50 miles because that's about an hour from the state park. And then we have an age here, and we're going to stick with the 18 to 65. But once again, I'm going to target men because we have a lot more men that come out to go fishing than we do women. And we're going to stick with our $5 a day budget. I can go down here to the start and end dates again. And I could say I'm going to start it today, and I'm going to run it through March, the end of March. And if I do $5 a day, I'm going to spend about $204. That's going to be what they tell me I'm going to spend. We have our ad set name. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to come back down here. I'm going to paste that right in here. And then we have our images again. So we would select our images. We'd add our text. We'd add our headline. And then this is actually a like page. It's a like page location ad because we don't have enough people visiting the state park right now. So if you go back up here, you'll see that fewer than 100 people are in this area. State park does get a lot of traffic in the winter, but in the summer, that number is going to change. And it will be enough that I could then select a button down here, which is our drop down buttons, you know, like book now. I could do a book now for the boat rental. So once I'm done, we have options of desktop and mobile as our options here. So then I place my order, it goes into Facebook Review World, and they take time to review it. And once it's approved, it runs. If it's not approved, they'll send you a message and say, hey, you got to change this or change that. So that kind of covers how to create ads in the Ads Manager and how to target locally. So to target locally, there's two things to remember. You want to target by location, and then you want to target people by their interest, and then set the age and gender demographics for your ideal customers. Set the language if appropriate. And then if you're targeting people who are fans of your page, make sure that you put them in the include. If you don't want to target those people and you want to target new people, put them in the exclude, and then you'll be off and running. So now we're going to talk a little bit about benchmarks so that when you're running these ads, you have some numbers to compare to. So right here is an ad that we just finished. It's for the meeting I was telling you about tomorrow. And you can see here that we ran this ad, and it ran for about a week, I believe. And we spent $25.68. But we got out of that 112 post likes, 61 people viewed the photo, 25 people went over to the website, and 49 took other action. We had 112 likes, 30 comments, and 31 shares. And I only targeted people within a 40-minute drive of Shabana Lake so that, you know, they could come to the 7 o'clock meeting. So 31 shares is pretty incredible. We spent $10 or 10 cents per post engagement, and our click-through rate was 5.452. Our relevancy score was 10 out of 10. This is new that Facebook has started, and the relevancy score, if you hover over any of these columns, you'll get a little box that pops up that tells you about that column. And Facebook is now ranking your ads on a scale of 1 to 10 and how it performs with your audience. So if I was serving this ad to everybody in DeKalb County within a 25-mile radius of Shabbona Lake, a lot of those people aren't interested. So they would start hiding my ad, because as a user on Facebook, you have control over what you see in your news feed, especially when it comes to ads. So you can go up to the right-hand corner and you can say, I don't want to see any more ads from this company, or I want to hide this ad. And if people do that a lot, my relevancy score is going to drop. So I only targeted people that were connected to Shabbona Lake State Park, so my relevancy score stayed completely awesome. So what I want to do is take you back into PowerPoint, because I have some really important numbers to share for you. And instead of just rattling them off and you not being able to write fast enough, I want to show you this screen. So this is the ad screenshot as of yesterday, before the ad stopped running. It stopped today. And yesterday we had 218 post engagements. We were spending 8 cents per post engagement. So if you look here, the cost per click engagement, the average benchmark is 10 cents to $1. We were 8 cents yesterday and we were at 10 cents today. So I am completely under the average, which is great, because that means I am spending less money to reach the right people. So if you're doing cost per likes, you want to stay within the 25 cents to $1.50 range. If you're doing cost per clicks, you want to go between 50 cents and $2. If you're looking for opt-ins to that email list, you're looking at 50 cents to $5. And if you're looking for a sale, it varies so widely that I can't give you a benchmark. It could be $5, it could be $15. It all depends on the product, the cost of the product, and who you're targeting. So the column that you want to pay attention to is this cost column right here. And the other one is your click-through rate column. So the click-through rate column right here, this big one, we are at 6.226 or 8%. I need new glasses, I think. But as you can see here, anything over a 2.1% or higher is completely kick-ass awesome. So if you have people that are clicking through your ads at 1% or higher, you are doing it right. So keep doing what you're doing. Pay attention to how people interact with your ads. You can always, after you create this ad, if it's not working, you can go back and you can edit it, or you can duplicate it and change something on it. Stop the one, start the other. But whatever you do, always test your ads. Start with 2 ads with 2 pictures, same copy. Run that ad. You could have another ad that's got the same 2 pictures but different copy, so that you can see how are people engaging with your ads and what do they like, what don't they like. The more that you test, the better you're going to get at reaching your audience and keeping your relevancy score at a 10 out of 10. We did have live chat with yesterday's webinar and workshop, and it is below. I left it open so that you guys could see the questions that were asked. Inside that live chat, there is also a link over to my private Facebook group called Social Selling Academy. I invite you to partake in that Facebook group. It's completely 100% free, and you can ask me any questions related to websites, e-commerce, social media, email marketing, any type of online business questions. You can ask me in there, and I am going to answer your questions. I hope that you have found something valuable here, and if you do join the group, please stop in and say hi and tell me what you learned and how your ads are going. I will also review your ads inside of the Facebook group. All you need to do is put a screenshot of your ad in there, and myself and the rest of the group would be happy to help you, would be happy to review your ad and give you some positive feedback so that you can reach the right audience and save yourself money and headaches all at the same time. So I thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to this replay. And if I missed anything from yesterday, I'm completely sorry. Feel free to give me a post and I will answer any questions that you have. You can also email me directly at rwardlow, so it's RWARDLOW at RebeccaWardlow.com. And Rebecca is REBECCA, and my last name is Wardlow, WARDLOW. And I thank you very much for taking time to be with me today. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen real quick so that I can close out the recording and say goodbye to you. Let's see, stop. Hello, hello. So thank you so much for taking time to watch this. I really appreciate all of you and hope that you enjoy doing Facebook ads.